AITA for buying all the red Gatorade at the store even though a mom wanted some for her kids? I'm a big fan of Gatorade, and I have a specific reason for buying it. I have low blood sugar and dehydration issues, and my doctor recommended that I drink Gatorade to help keep my electrolytes in balance. However, I'm also neurodivergent and it's hard for me to change things up and try new flavors. So I only buy the red kind as it's the only one I like. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store on their stock day, and I saw that they had a fresh shipment of Gatorade. I was so happy, because I had been running low at home. I grabbed the bottles of the red flavor and put them in my cart. As I was walking away, a mom with 2 kids approached me and asked if I could spare a few bottles of the red Gatorade. She explained that it was her kids' favorite flavor, and that they were out of stock at their local store. I felt bad for her, but I explained that I needed the Gatorade for my own health reasons, and that I couldn't spare any. The mom got really upset and started to yell at me, saying that I was being selfish and that I should think about others. I tried to explain my situation again, but she wouldn't listen and kept telling me I could just take the blue Gatorade instead. I just started to ignore her after a while, and eventually, she stormed off. Now I'm wondering if I was in the wrong. Should I have given her some of the Gatorade, even though I needed it for my own health? Or was I justified in keeping it all for myself? AITA? Edit. I should clarify, since this is coming up in the comments, I didn't really want to go into specifics. But here we are. No, my doctor did not recommend specifically red Gatorade for this issue. He recommended Gatorade. The red Gatorade is needed because I deal with OCD and have issues with change to my routine and trying new things. It can be debilitating to deal with panic attacks induced by such a small problem and can remove my focus from my process of treating the bigger problems with my OCD. So I have chosen, at the advice of a therapist, to allow myself to stick to this small routine and avoid further disruption during my process of getting better. Editing again. Thank you everyone for your comments. I am going to stop replying now as this is getting really overwhelming for me. I guess the consensus is that I am top. I suppose I will accept that. I wish my food aversion was something I could just turn off, but I can't, and it's a process to work through these things for me. I hope people in the comments can understand that I am not trying to intentionally be an asshole and take things from other people. I just have a fear of not being able to keep the little things in my routine, and that feeling trumps a lot of things for me. If you don't struggle with OCD, be grateful. I also posted this last edit in the comments. YTA, because you are acting like your health would be at great risk if you had 2 bottles less. Also, where do you live that a new shipment is only 14 or 15 bottles? I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, but YTA, you are indeed selfish for buying a store out of its entire stock of a product on stock day, because that means they will be out of that product for anyone who comes to buy it until they restock. That lady shouldn't have yelled at you, OBVS. But I do understand her frustration. Just a suggestion. But if your need is that great, you really should speak to the store manager, because they'd likely be happy and able to order and stock extra if it's a regular need. Edit to change vote based off of revealed info. Op states in the comments and main post that the drinks were just restocked, and also that the op was taking literally all of them. Doesn't matter if it's Gatorade, insulin, or toilet paper. Hoarding all of the supply when you 1. Clearly have enough for a while, and 2. There is someone else in the store wanting to buy some makes you an asshole. The kid could be neurodivergent also. You don't know. And I guarantee you, if you arrived and this mom did the same thing and took literally all of your special drink as soon as it was stocked, you would be infuriated. If you really can only do red and need to bulk order it, Work with the store manager or order online. Often you can get up to a pallet for a lower price than on the shelves just by scheduling a special order. YTA. YTA. If you need something that badly and are going to clear the shelves, buy a case online and have a recurring delivery. YTA. Depending on how many bottles you were buying. If there was only a few, whatever. But if you were buying an obscene amount, you could have spared a couple. YTA. Sorry. It's not evil. What you did. Just rude. Like the woman on Seinfeld who wouldn't spare a square. Info. How many bottles did you grab and how many do you go through in a week? YTA. Both for clearing the shelf and then refusing to let someone have a few on the pretense of a health condition. Give me a break. You were just being greedy and selfish. Op. I don't think you fully understand. We get you need Gatorade, fine. You're neurodivergent with OCD and change is difficult for you, fine. But taking the entire restocked box, not just, like, the last one or two, is just inconsiderate. You could even have taken 75% and had some left over for others. I don't think you're trying to be an asshole. But YTA, other people have needs and wants. 2. Info. How many did you buy? It really depends on how many bottles you bought. YTA. You don't need specifically red Gatorade for your health. There are other flavors and even other brands of sports drink that do the same thing. Esh. You can't spare a bottle when you are purchasing up an entire stock of something on stock day. You can blame whatever you want, but sheesh. I need red Gatorade for my health. Is such a baloney reason, lol. You just didn't want to. She also sucks cause yelling at people in stores is suck behavior too. Info. Just how much Gatorade were you buying? YTA. For buying them out instantly and for also not realizing there's other ways to obtain your drink of choice. She was rude for yelling, but I get seeing you took the entire stock. YTA. With the added info that there were maybe 14/15ths in your cart and you drink up to 2 a day, you should have spared one for each kid. Taking them all immediately is unfair. I purchase food for food banks as part of my job, and despite the intense valid need for these place a comparison to your medical need, would never empty the entire shelf in a store so others had access to the item, even if I took the majority. YTA. For taking the entire supply. But am I the only one surprised that people are out here fighting over red when blue is clearly the best flavor? YTA. You can buy a canister of Gatorade powder on Amazon for $12. It will make 9 gallons of Gatorade. If you have contamination OCD, that would make a bulk canister impossible. You can buy individually packaged packets of it and plain water bottles as well. They will still cost less than buying the bottles of Gatorade at the store and won't screw over other people. YTA. Yeah, I understand that the OCD is severe. But this has to do with kindness. Inconveniencing yourself to help another. If you had bought like 3, then no issue. But 14/15ths, as you mentioned in a comment? Really now? I get that it's difficult. And I sympathize. NTA. If she came earlier or 15 minutes later, you would be gone and she would learn to adjust, I'm sure. Another store, gas station, was minutes away. I've never asked for an item out of someone's cart. And no is adequate.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.